Good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
I'm really good, thanks. I've had a lovely time like this weekend, just feet up, and it's been quite nice.
Yeah, same. Lots of relaxing. Saturdays are always busy at Take Part, so we say the weekend, but obviously we have to wind down after the craziness that is Saturday. It's a very busy day for all of us. But I want to revisit with you, Leanne, on this. After last week's live, we had our coaching session, didn't we?
We did.
And we were looking at all kinds of things, well-being in that coaching one-to-one. And we did a little questionnaire, and we came back with some answers.
Yeah.
And you said in your work-life balance part of that questionnaire that you scored quite low on the I am able to find time in my week to relax. So and I said to you at the end of the session, how do we get you from a 2 to a 3? We're aiming for a 5, but we know that that's not going to be achievable overnight. So have you had that in the forefront of your mind this week?
I have actually, yeah, I have. And there are definitely areas that I can take for me, and that is things like surfing the social media. That is time spent where I go down a rabbit hole in YouTube or whatever. And that could be classed as stuff for me, but actually it's not me using my mind for mindfulness. It's me like hungry for more knowledge or hungry for something else or whatever. So actually I'm not doing myself any favors. I'm spending that time for me, but I'm not doing myself any favors in relaxing my brain. So I could definitely dial that down considerably and it not affect my work, not affect the way my household runs, not affect my relationships with my partner or my son. So it's like, I could definitely do that. And I did do that a little bit. I could have done it a bit more, but it's a work in progress.
It is, and we need to acknowledge that. So you are, just a quick reminder, you are a mental health first aider. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
On the training, you know what the stuff is, you know what the material is, you know what the questions are, you know what causes all of this, but it's still very easily not to do it, isn't it?
It is. And I think I suffer terribly with the fact that my cup fills up by me helping others. So it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy in as far as like I help others, I feel good, my self-esteem goes up. And if I see people stressed, I can take on their stress sometimes and I just want to help them and I try and do that. So yes, I do definitely need to work on the putting the phone away, not watching YouTube, not watching any tutorials on anything, and just sitting and getting my crocheting out again, because that would take me to a lovely place of mindfulness and zen. So yeah, I could definitely start that. Maybe I start a project for myself or something, but just taking myself away into my crocheting would be lovely, I think.
It's good. It's a good idea. And it just feels so wrong, doesn't it, when you've got it all going on around you and, you know, people are struggling, or, you know, you've got families, you've got people around you that need bits of you. But we have to go back to that, putting the oxygen mask on first when you're about to jump out of the plane. And you cannot help anyone else, can you, while you're not helping yourself?
No.
So it's paramount. And do you think anyone else can help you with that? Or do you think that's your stuff?
I think it's just me. I think I tend to gravitate towards the knowledge and wanting to learn a little bit more, or seeing something new, or figuring something out, or tutorials are my go-to on YouTube, my YouTube newsfeed. And that's another thing, like obviously social media is, if you engage with something, the algorithms throw you so many more things that are linked to the things.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like I'll look at one thing that's like, how do you do this? And it'd be like, whew, here's more. How do you do? And it's like, wow, this is amazing. I didn't know I could learn about that. That's fun. So for me, it's that. If I just put that down and just went zen for a little bit, then yeah, I'm not very good at just sitting still. So meditating for me is not very good. My husband is brilliant at it and he can really go there and he's fantastic. He does his great focus breathing and he can really, really zone out. And he comes back and he's like he's high on something. It's like he feels fabulous. He loves it. And he's like, you should do that. But that makes me a bit twitchy. So I can't just sit there knowing that the house is behind me and needs things doing. I can't sit there and do that. But I could sit and crochet because in my head, I'm kind of telling myself I'm doing it for an end goal or a project or a something. But actually it does just send my mind into nothing space, which is really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And calm. It's very calm.
Yeah. I have a couple of magazine subscriptions, which I am literally, do you remember that when you were that child and your comic came through the door? It doesn't happen anymore, really, does it? Because we've got shops that sell all that stuff and it's 24/7. But I do have a couple of well-being subscriptions that I do sign into, and when that comes through the door, it is literally like that feeling when your comic came, when it was Looking or Just 17 back in the day. Yeah. You'd just park the world, wouldn't you? You would just park the world up and you read your magazine and it wouldn't matter what was going on. That was it. Magazine through the door. And that's how I feel when my magazine comes through the door. It's really good. So the other one was I find time for self-care, eating, sleeping, and physical activity. Now, I think you are a little bit like me in the physical activity. You're either completely extreme in it and it's on your radar and it's totally nothing else is going to change that, or it's not happening. Is that right?
It is, yeah. Yeah. And I think that's because I either prioritize it or it's not, it's the first thing to go when other things take priority.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose that's like anything. I mean, at the moment, well, we've got an Inset day today, which is not dead helpful because it's half term next week. So, so my child is busy doing things that I have set up while I'm on this call. And one of the things I've asked him to do is drink a glass of water. So I've left him a list, and it sounds ridiculous, but I know what I'm like. I mean, I have got a jug here full of water. Now, I've shared that with Jay this morning because we're making a conscious effort to make this a priority, because we both, Joe's not the same, my husband's not the same, he's really on it, but we can both get completely distracted by not drinking anything all day.
Yeah.
And it really does affect us both. So today we've made that our priority, that is going to be a thing. It's not difficult, but it's very, very easy not to do. So
by that, people are putting the thumbs up.
We're liking that. Now we are at the cinema this afternoon because I've just thought I just can't bear him just to be in the house all day while I'm working. Nice. I will get to see. There's a new Marvel film. I think it's some kind of. I don't even know what it's called. Find out for you.
If you know what it is, put it in the comments. Help Louise out.
Something about something in the 10 Rings. You'll probably know what it is, or someone will beat me to it, no doubt.
Please, somebody put it in the comment.
Yeah, don't know what that is. Shanghai? No, not Shanghai. I won't guess because I'll really get it wrong. But
you'll know later.
Yeah, we're going to cinema this afternoon. And I have said we've got to keep this up. So normally I would get a really big mug of tea for the cinema. I love that. That's my happy place. Watching a film, drinking a big cup of tea. But today we were on this water challenge, so it's got to be water. So it doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing, it's got to be water. So we're not drinking anything but water today. And that's my distraction, because I can really not do drinking. That's something that I really have to focus on. And the same as exercise. I'm either on it, like a carb on it, or I'm not. And I forget about that as well. Yeah. So there's loads and loads of other things that you can throw into the mix there to make it a big, fulfilled well-being day. So your 8 glasses of water. What are we drinking? What are we eating? Are we actually eating what we should be eating? And again, I've had such a rocky road with food. You know, being a professional dancer, it took its toll back in the day, and there were times where I really had to think about what I was eating, and I still have to do that, because I do like yummies. We all like yummies, and yummies are fine every now and again. Yummies are not fine for breakfast, dinner, and tea. And we have to be aware of our children as well, don't we? Being parents, you know, there are days where you just want to sit there with a huge block of dairy milk. And let's face it, you didn't used to be able to get a bar of dairy milk like you can now.
No, only ever at like Christmas or something like that, where you'd get a crazy big one.
Yeah, and these really massive bags of sweets. That was not normal, was it?
No.
You wouldn't go to the shop and buy yourself, you wouldn't go to Sainsbury's, or you wouldn't go to a supermarket and buy yourself a massive bag of sweets like that. That's how big they are, and that's normal. No. So yeah, we've got to be careful. It's a rocky road, isn't it? It's a rocky road, she says, because she loves rocky roads.
Rocky road.
So yeah. So we've got to just be mindful of these things. And one of the things that we do forget to do, and I do make it a conscious decision and a conscious effort, is to think healthy and talk healthy. Because I hear children, I hear young people, and they think and talk so unhealthily, it's just not on their radar. So again, just tapping into how we think. We think about what we eat, we think about what we drink, but we don't always think about how we think. And that's important, because that negative chatterbox is so easy to jump in as a habit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't, you won't, you don't. Whereas we really need to flip that at some point, don't we? But be conscious of it. So tomorrow is Evaluate Your Life Day. And I think that's just somewhere where we can press pause and just reflect, because it's starting to do this again, isn't it? I did a little countdown this morning. We've got 9 weeks to the end of term. So 9 weeks. Evaluate your life day. What do you want to achieve in 9 weeks? That takes us to the 18th of December. Then we know it's Christmas the week after. Yeah. Right? What do we want to achieve in 10 weeks before Christmas? We know when it is. We know when Christmas is. This used to be the running joke when I worked in schools. It's Christmas next week. It's not. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. We need to just be aware of it. And I suppose the whole evaluating your life stuff is that. How much are we going to spend? How much are we going to eat? You know, all of that needs a little bit of thought, and then you get that control out of it. And I'm sat here preaching as if I do this every year. I don't, but I am going to certainly think tomorrow about evaluating my life. And that might be short-term goals, it might be long-term goals. I'm going to do myself a little self-coaching session tomorrow. I'm going to make some time, move some things around and sit and have a think about what the goals are, what the reality is, what my options are, and what my way forward is. And that way, I should be able to get really focused on what we want before Christmas, what we want to do. So it's not chaos.
Last week at uni, I learned all about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and self-actualization. And if you complete the pyramid, that's when you can be, I am self-fulfilled, I am who I am. And you kind of realize along the way, and you realize along the way that you have all these things and you cannot progress to the next tier until you've completed the first tier. Now, at any point in time, you can have self-actualization, but then you can drop back down the ladder in the same way that, like mental health, you can be fully functioning, you can be really great, good mental health, but then something in life can just knock you off your perch and then you can go around the cycle. So it's a very, very similar thing. And it was very, very interesting. I really, really enjoyed that lesson and have definitely been looking at my life and the self-actualization. And I think I've been really lucky in my life to have achieved so many goals that I'd set out for myself. But it is very important that you can choose goals that are achievable and you can keep getting those goals. And like you say, you know, these coaching sessions are so important, and you should just set yourself these little goals, whether it be, I'm going to wash the bedding this week, get the bedding washed. And then you feel so good in yourself that you've done it, that it just makes you feel ready for the next challenge. And it doesn't have to be, I'm going to climb Everest and raise £10,000 for a charity to do it. That's a really big challenge and perhaps not really achievable to the normal everyday person and lifestyle. So it's about setting goals that you can achieve and that you can go for, but also just push yourself just that little bit to make it feel like a real sense of achievement.
Absolutely. And it's so personal.
Yeah.
So somebody else might find that really easy to challenge themselves to walk up Everest.
Yeah.
Somebody else might not. So this is why we have to be really focused on our unique selves and who we are and what those SMART goals are. So just remind us about SMART goals. So it's specific. It's got to be something really specific, manageable and measurable. So how are we going to measure this? How do we know when it's a success? What's that going to feel like? What's it going to look like? Achievable. So again, there's no point in me saying I'm going to not drink alcohol ever again. I like a glass of wine every now and again. I like to be sociable. I like a glass of wine with a meal. So that's just going to make me miserable, and it's going to make me resent that goal. So that's not going to be achievable for me. Again, I'm never going to eat chocolate again, ever. That is something that I am never going to say because that's not okay for me. It might be okay for other people, but that is not going to work for me. But everything in moderation is quite a good place for me. So that could be a goal. Where are we up to? Achievable, realistic. So if I say, right, I'm going to travel, I've decided I'm going to travel to 6 different countries every year now for the rest of my life. That's not realistic. First of all, can't afford it. And it's just not practical. That's not a realistic goal. So it's got to be something within the realms of possibility. And then T is timely. So how long are we looking for? How long are we looking to achieve that goal? It's all right saying, oh, I'm going to be a size 6. Maybe I am. But when? I don't want to be a size 6. Doesn't matter to me that. But it's got to be timely. So in how much time are we going to achieve this goal? Is it going to be this week? Is it going to be before Christmas? Is it going to be in the next 12 months? That's really important as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So SMART goals are important and very, very personal. So make sure you know who you are, what you want before you start setting these goals, because that is important. And then one last thing is Saturday is Make a Difference Day. And again, at Take Part, that is one of the things that we love to do. And we find it's really important to make a difference. So whether that is including a child into something that is bigger than themselves and, you know, getting them to make friends in a session. We've got Ghoul School coming up, got lots of children that don't know each other. There's a lot of team building and friendship making activities that we do in those sessions. So what are we going to do this week that's going to make a difference? And Saturday is the day. It's this Make a Difference Day on Saturday. So maybe it's time for you to sit down, do a little bit of a self-coaching session or ask somebody to help you with that, and work out how you're going to make a difference and to what. So it might be a difference to your life. It might be a difference to your work. It might be a difference to your children. It might be a difference to your partner. How are you going to make a difference? And that's quite exciting. That's quite a nice way of setting goals as well. So that all sort of comes together.
Really nice. I had a parent come to me on Saturday who was just gushing with how much she thought of Take Part and what it had done for her son, who she wasn't sure that her son was going to take to it, and really signed up for her daughter, who is just clearly amazing diva, like she's fabulous. And her son has started to join on his own, and he's in a different stage to his sister, and he is loving it, not just a little bit, but just loving it. And she said, and he came to me and said, I can't wait for Take Part. I found my tribe. And that was amazing. Yeah. And he's just beaming. Whenever I see him in the classes, he's beaming. And when I announced what we were going to be doing in the next few weeks on Saturday, he just was so excited and can't wait for the next thing and the next journey and the next rehearsal, and he was so excited, and he just wanted to keep coming. I think if he could move in, he would. Take Part boarding schools coming up.
That's nice. On that, finding your tribe, we are having, Leanne and I discussed this before we came on the session today, we are having a lot of conversations with grown-ups who are saying, I want to find out a little bit more about the adult sessions that you run. So if you are a grown-up and this keeps coming through, these conversations at your mind, maybe try the count to 5 backwards and do it. So stop procrastinating, stop thinking about it, stop thinking, oh, well, maybe I could do that next year. Tuesday, 7:45 at New Mills School, Church Lane, New Mills, we run the most fantastic adult musical theatre class. Say class, it's not a class, it's loads of fun. You don't have to sing by yourself, you don't have to act by yourself, you don't have to dance by yourself. It is a tribe, it is a group of people. We come, I'm part of it, we laugh. The musical theatre stuff is a byproduct of playing. It's a play group for grown-ups, and it's fun, and we chat, and it's a really, really safe space to make friends. And there's quite a few of us. There's about 23, 24, 25 now, and it's growing by the week, so there's lots of other new people involved in it. But if it's on your radar and you are one of those people that I must do something about that, and I must do something for myself, this is what we've been talking about. You cannot look after your children or your families or your parents, whatever that is, until you look after yourself. And that the key ingredient is to have fun and play. And if it's slightly on your radar, just do it. Come along. You don't even have to, you don't have to sign any forms. You don't have to fill anything in. Just get in your car or get your shoes on, get your coat on and walk. Just get there and come. And if it's for you, brilliant. And if it's not for you, that's fine too. Not a problem, but give it a whirl. We have had so many people talking about it recently. I must do that, or that it sounds amazing. That would be really up my street. Come, just come. It's absolutely fine. You can join in whenever. We are working towards a couple of projects, but just come along and be part of it. Find your tribe. It's not all about
find your tribe. Absolutely find your tribe. And you will be surprised at how much fun you have and how many other people are in your tribe as well, and in your local community too, that are in your tribe that you haven't even met yet. And it is so important to just fill your cup up and have fun. And I was asked by parents again on Saturday at Glossop if we were going to be doing an adult provision at Glossop, and that got me thinking that I definitely want to be doing that. So I need to know who's interested and at what time, what days are good for you, so that we can get something up and running perhaps in the new year. So please, I've popped in the comments the register your interest. So please just let me know, and then we can get it going for you, because I would love that. Absolutely love that.
Fantastic. Right. So we're on the countdown. We've got 9 weeks till we finish. We've got 8 weeks till Oliver at New Mills. So that means we've got 7 weeks till Oliver at Glossop. Is that right? Oh, no, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, other way around.
You're 9 weeks to Oliver at Glossop. Both shows are looking amazing. We've also got our Marple branch, which is growing by the week. So if you live in or around Marple and you think your child or someone you know might be interested in musical theatre, we are on our way to putting together a production of Aladdin, and it's looking great. It's looking really, really good, and everybody's joining in, little tiny people and bigger people. Come along. We're at Brabbins Prep School on a Saturday morning. It's 9:30 till 10:15 for preschool children, 10:30 till, can't remember, 10:30 for primary school children, and then I think it's 12:30. I've got all this wrong. 10:30.
10:30 till 12 for stage 1, which is years reception to year 2. And then it's 12:15 till 2:30. And that's for stage 2, which are year 3 to year 6.
Perfect. Thank you, Leanne. So lots and lots of things going on, lots of countdowns. We've also got on the 13th of November our private lesson showcase number 1. So if you have a private lesson and you are heading towards your goal, which is a LAMDA exam, we gave lots of certificates out this weekend for LAMDA, lots and lots of happy children achieving their goals. So if you are one of those children and you are having a private lesson, your first showcase is on Saturday, the 13th of November. So we have been working towards song number 1, and that also goes for our pop vocals classes, which is a rock school certificate, which you are working towards. You will have the opportunity to perform in front of an audience with your first piece. So I'm very, 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 very excited and looking forward to that. So that's in 4 weeks' time.
Nice.
Exciting stuff. So here we are. It's half term next week. We made it. Parents, we made it. We made it through the first half term. It's not been easy, coming out of lockdown. We know this. It's still not easy. We've still all been touched by massive trauma. Be kind to yourself. And over half term, if you need a rest, you know where we are. We will be, we start our girls' school this week at Brabbins Prep School on Wednesday. Now, I know it's not half term for everybody, but it is half term for some people this week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, we're at Brabbins. And the following week, Monday to Friday, we're at Brabbins in Marple. And Wednesday to Friday, we're at New Mills High School. So if you want to book onto our girls' school, and it's not all scary. It's not all that scary. So if you've got a little one that's not that keen on scary stuff, please don't be put off. There's lots and lots of different activities that we're going to be working on with the children, and absolutely stacked, jam-packed, full of fun. So Marple, I do believe, is 8 a.m. till 5:30. It's a long day. So if you need that kind of provision, that's what we're doing at Marple, 8 a.m. till 5:30 from this Wednesday all the way through to the 29th of October. New Mills, it's 9 till 5. So again, if you
9 till 5.
yeah. Always musical, always musical. If you need to book on, or you'd like to book on, or you'd like more information, come through our website, register your interest, and we will get back to you with all the details. Okay. Yeah. So we're nearly there. Lots of exciting things coming up as we head towards. Go on.
Dead important for everybody. Take Part Saturdays are continuing to run until the show in December. So we are definitely on and as normal on the 23rd and the 30th of October for half term. If you are away, that is perfectly okay. Just let us know. Give your school an email. So info@wearetakepart.com for New Mills, marple@wearetakepart.com for Marple, and Glossopdale @wearetakepart for Glossop, and we can just mark you absent on the register. But we are still going ahead on Saturday, this Saturday and the following Saturday.
Absolutely. Good shout there, Leanne. On the other side of half term, we do please ask for as much attendance as possible. We're trying to put these shows together now. It's been a while, but we are seeing glimmers of amazing gorgeousness, and we need your children to play and put them in the right place and make sure they know what they're doing, to help with their confidence as well. So as much attendance as possible, as we are on the other side of the rehearsals, and we're actually putting the shows together. So have a great week. Take care. Take part.
Bye.